Alright, yo. I'm gonna be playing Portal. I've been speedrunning this game for like, I don't know, 3 years. Um, Shout out to the Portal community. Um, and yeah, let's get started, shall we? Oh, oh yeah, countdown? I forgot about the countdown. Alright, do I do it? Alright, five, four, three, two, one, go. Alright, so we wake up in this vault and we have like a radio, but we're doing glitchless. So usually if you're doing like inbounds or something, you'd like clip out with this radio, but let's take it slow. Let's do it normally, like a normal person. Um, so the types of movement we have is bunny hopping. So we can move forward, we can jump. I'm actually jumping with scroll, which is pretty common in source games like Portal. Um, and what we can do is we can jump, and then we can hold left or right in the air, and that's called a strafe. So air strafing, bunny hopping, and it's pretty fast. Um, and Gladys is about to let us out, so let's go. And you can see the bunny hopping here. And we have to put this cube on the button, or we can throw it on the button, or we can fail and then put it on the button, like that. And what we can also do is we can save and we can load the game if we fail. So that's a nice fail safe.
Will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it. For instance, the aperture science weighted storage cube.
And so we're seeing portals here, but we can't shoot them yet. As you can see here, if you're standing near a portal, it'll kind of push you out like that. So we're going to be using that to our advantage later in the game.
Perfect. Please move quickly to the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test.
Alright. Alright, here's the portal gun. And this is just the blue portal gun. So we won't be able to shoot the orange portals yet, but we will be able to shoot the blue portals. What I'm going to do here is a little trick called a QCE, which is a quick crouch entry. If you crouch and then uncrouch, right as you shoot a portal on the ground, then you'll actually like go through the portal like instantly. And I failed it, but it's fine. I'll show you a QCE later. That trick is pretty hard. There'll be plenty of QCEs. Just remember that QCE, quick crouch entry.
Do not touch the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device.
And here, we're just gonna portal to the end. Nothing too special. In the next chamber, we're gonna kind of like fall into a pit and grab a cube in the air.
Welcome to test chamber 4. You're doing quite well.
See? Like that. And then the cube just falls out of my hands.
Excellent work. As part of our required test protocol, we will not monitor the next
Alright.
test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
In this chamber, we have a little put cubes on button puzzle, and we can just throw the cubes on the button, and it's fast.
Of a required test
And then just shoot through the door.
previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an
And we can throw this radio on this camera for fun.
Good job.
but it's pretty
As
hard.
part of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth
That's fine.
in 3, 2.
All right, we got an orb puzzle here, but what we can just do is
One of many
jump through this
initiatives
portal,
undergo.
and we're good.
The aperture science high
We
energy
don't need
gamma
to
seen to the left of the
redirect
chamber
the orb.
can and has caused permanent
We
disability
can just jump
such
through the
as
portal,
vaporization.
and we're good.
Please be
Yeah.
careful.
And here's another orb puzzle,
Warning
and what we
devices
can
are
just do is we
reported
can just
on all
fling, and we're
mobile
good.
equipment. However,
That's actually
alarms
pretty
and
hard.
flashing hazard
Um,
lights have been
a
found
lot
to
of things can go
agitate
wrong there.
high
Like
energy
if you had a
gamma
bad
and have
angle,
therefore been
you can just
disabled
like
for your
fling in a
safety.
weird direction. Yeah, it's called a fling, by the way. GLaDOS teaches it to you a little bit later. And here we have
Please
another ore
note that
puzzle
we
over
have
some
added
goop.
a
And what we can
consequence
just
for
do
failure.
is we can just
Any
jump on this
contact with
weird
the chamber floor will
thing on the
Any
wall.
contact
See,
with
there's
the
a
chamber
load, by the
floor
way.
will result
We can
in an
just jump on that weird
unsatisfactory result on
protrusion,
your official testing record.
and we can skip the
Our
whole ore
apologies.
puzzle.
Good luck. Very impressive. Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing experience. The
Alright.
Enrichment Center regrets to
GLaDOS tells you
inform
this
you
chamber's
that this next
impossible,
test is impossible. Make no attempt to
but
sabotage.
what we can just do is we can throw this cube on this button, or fail again.
Fantastic. You remain resolute and
Cube
resourceful
throws
in
are
an
pretty hard.
atmosphere of
Uh,
extreme pessimism.
I'm gonna try another one that I will try multiple times. Sometimes I fail a certain cube throw in this run for like a few minutes, so hopefully I get that.
Hello again.
All right,
To reiterate previous warning.
what I did there um, was right as the portal landed. Here's a fling, by the way. I skipped a little fling. Um, right as the portal landed, I went back through the portal right as it was about to push me out. So, and then I just popped up, and it was cool. All right, I'm gonna do something called a dolphin dive here.
The device has been
Grab the
modified
portal
so that
gun.
it can now manufacture two linked portals at once.
Oh.
As part of an optional test.
We try again. We try again. Grab the portal gun. Press the button.
So that it can now manufacture two linked portals at once. As part of an optional
As you
test
jump over the
protocol,
goop, and it looks pretty
please
cool.
present
I just did it twice
the
for you.
device is now more valuable than the organs
And
and
it skips like a very long puzzle. So now we have the orange portal, and that's cool. Okay, we did a little fling skip there, and we can. Okay, this is the cube throw I was talking about. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. I actually got it, but I was too slow. All right, got it twice in a row. That's actually really. I don't often do that. Sometimes I fail that for like a minute. And it's obviously skips having to walk down there with the cube and then fling back up.
Now that you are in control of both portals, this next
All right.
test could take
Okay,
a
we can
very
just normally.
long
Oh,
time.
okay.
A very
Normally we need two cubes here, but we can just throw one cube on one button and then stand on the other and then shoot right through the door.
Will be dispatched to revive you with peptic salve and adrenaline. As part of a previously mentioned
All right.
required test protocol.
Chamber 14, you just fling up here. The developers actually knew about this one, but they kept it in the game. It's actually in the dev nodes of the game, so you can hear the developers talk about that. Yeah, it skips a pretty long puzzle. You can just fling. Alright, there's a orb cycle at the beginning of this. So I did a QCE there, by the way. And here I'll do another QCE. Instant portal entry. Fling over this glass, do some portal stands, and then fling to the end. And what a portal stand is if you're in like an orange portal, say, and then you shoot a blue portal, and then right as the blue portal lands, you go through the portal, then you'll stay standing inside the portal. Because usually the game wants to push you out of the portal.
For this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire
Alright.
course designed for military and
Now this is glitchless, but what I'm going to do kind of looks like a glitch.
and wishes you the best of luck.
This is called Spider-Man, and it's a pretty apt name if you ask me. You just do this. Okay, those turrets are very mean. Alright, that's pretty lucky that I got that second try. So basically you just skip all those turrets. You only touch one turret to put on the button and then shoot through the door and get to the end. And the Spider-Man, basically I just stood on top of that sign and then I shot orange portals all the way, and it just my camera stayed on the other side of the portal, and it's not a glitch. I swear. Alright, we got the companion cube.
Please take care of it. The symptoms most commonly produced by enrichment.
We gotta be careful of these orbs.
Perceiving inanimate objects as alive and hallucination.
Alright, here we're gonna do a pretty
Enrichment Center reminds you
precise,
that the weighted
hard
companion cube
trick.
will never threaten to stab you
We're gonna look
and,
at a precise,
in fact,
somewhat precise
cannot
angle. And then we're gonna fling to the end as we grab this cube. I might have to, I think the cube's too far away. Let me reset this up.
added a consequence
Oh,
for failure.
no. Let me go up there again, because I really want to show off this trick. No, wrong portal. Okay, we put the cube there. We look at a precise angle. We portal, and we fling to the end with the cube. So what I just did there was I just set up something,
The weighted companion cube
and then
suddenly brought
right as
you
I
luck.
was flinging, I grabbed the cube in the air, and then I just fling to the end, and then we're inserting the companion cube.
Companion cube more quickly
So,
than any test subject
I'm
on
sorry about
record.
that.
Congratulations.
We love companion cube, but we kind of need to go. Now chamber 18, pretty hard chamber. We got a little portal peek here. Oh. Put the portal there. Don't do that. Okay. So what a portal peek is you just shoot the portal and then go right back through the portal.
Is nearing its conclusion. The
And that's basically what it is, because there's a little bit of travel distance
will be vague, and then there
when you shoot a portal. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go in this giant room with some turrets and then leave it with the camera. And then we're going to prop it up here
not destroy vital testing apparatus.
and then open the door with it. So now it's propped open, and then now we're at the end. So what I'm going to do here is something called a reportal.
For your own safety,
Okay, I didn't get the first one,
vital testing
but let's try it here. Okay, we got the second reportal. Okay, so what a reportal is
be advised that
is
requires exposure to uninsulated
right as you're going through a portal, if you shoot a portal
conditions.
in combination with your falling velocity,
Electrical safety
the game pushes you out of the portal because it doesn't want you to be inside the portal, and it's a pretty precise timing to shoot the portal when you're falling, but it gives you some extra height and you can skip a little fling. So what I'm going to do here is another Spider-Man, kind of like in Chamber 17. but now we're in chamber 19.
Power
Uh,
off the device in the
so
Equipment Recovery Annex.
here you
Use the
go.
center
Precise
regulations to
shot.
require both hands to be empty before any
All
cable.
right. This chamber is really hard. Okay. Now we're in this tunnel. And we can do bunny hops through here, which is pretty funny.
Okay, the test is over
All right.
now. You win.
Okay, we did another QCE there.
For your cake.
And now we're gonna shoot a little thing
And
on,
we're all
like a
impressed at how
really
much you
small
won.
patch
The
of
test
wall
is
back
over.
here to
Come
skip
back.
this part of the chamber. Uh, right there, I made it. You can hear it when you shoot the portal. All right. All right. There's a piston cycle here that I won't. Oh, I made it. Okay. That was tight. Okay. I did a QCE there. Portal peak here. See? Another portal peak. And then portal peak. Portal peak. A lot of portal peaks. And then we just jump to the end. Uh, Usually the pistons are moving, but we actually skipped a trigger. So they're not moving. They weren't moving. These ones move. All right, QCE there. Another QCE. Lots of QCEs. Quick crouch entries. All right. Now what we're gonna do here is a trick called Flippy Skippy Tricky. You'll see why. We shoot this portal in the air. We try to shoot both portals, but I missed that one. So we just take this turret, set it up there, break this glass. Instead of using that rocket turret to break the glass, is a little bit faster. Hello. All right. Now we break the glass with the rocket turret there, and then we shoot through that fan, some portal peaks, and we're in the last level of the game already. And now here's a big room with some turrets, but we're just gonna skip it with a fling, with a strafe and some flings. Singular fling. And it's called catwalk skip. Okay. Because we're skipping the catwalk, and that was perfect. All right, and now we're in GLaDOS' chamber.
Well, you found
Hello,
me.
GLaDOS.
Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed
All right.
to break so far is my heart.
Set up the portal
Maybe
there.
you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know.
So we're
that
gonna
isn't
need to
going to
fight
happen.
GLaDOS
You chose
by
this
putting
path. Now I have
the
a
cores
surprise for you.
into the
Decoy
incinerator. So here's the first core,
four.
and we can
For
just
a
oh
second. That wasn't supposed to happen.
let's try that again.
Time out for a second.
Oh, I had a save right there. I forgot. All right, that's pretty convenient. Here we go. So we'll set the portal up here. We'll put this portal over here because this rocket turret really hates when when it sees portals, and we want it to be consistent. So we're gonna stand in this position, and when the rocket turret awakens, we are going to jump and stand on a pretty precise position. And we're going to jump and kind of coax it to shoot GLaDOS. I missed it there. Something's failing. All right, there we go. All right, let's try that again. Oh. All right, let's try this again.
Slide down in front of a rocket.
Mm.
Slide down in front of a rocket. Trust.
I fell in the incinerator. Oh, okay, this is pretty hard.
Of a rocket. Trust.
I fell in the incinerator again.
Down in front of a rocket. Trust.
All right, there we go.
You think you're doing some damage?
All right, next core. This trick's pretty hard. We're just gonna
I let you
shoot the portal as we fall, and then we jump, and then put it in the incinerator.
I let you survive this long because I was curious about your
Let's wait,
Well, you've managed to destroy that part.
because we need the incinerator.
I let you survive this long
All right.
I let you survive this long because I was curious
All right.
about your behavior.
Just a portal peek there.
You've managed to
Mm.
I let
Yeah.
you
Let me make another save.
curious about your behavior.
Right
Well,
here,
you've managed to destroy that part of me. Unfortunately,
because this is a really cool trick.
to now.
All right. I didn't make it. I forgot I need to press that.
Unfor-
Okay.
Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to,
Oh, I forgot again, dude.
unfortunately, as
It's really cool when it works.
now, I can't get
There?
the neurotoxin into your head.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I really love that trick. It's like my favorite, but it's also really hard. And then we just fling to the end, shoot this portal in the air, and grab this core. All right. Let's do it again.
As much as I'd love to now, I can't get
Never mind. Let's not do it again. Let's just use this save. Okay. Actually, we're doing. This is a really scuffed GLaDOS fight, but you know, let's do it again for the people. For the people, we do it again.
as much as unfortunately, as much as I'd love to now, I can't get the neurotoxin into your
And
head and that
okay, we got it again.
neurotoxin.
Okay, yeah. Let me save the game there. That's a good idea. And then we fling, shoot this portal in the air, grab this core in the air, and then time. Yeah. All right. You know, 22 minutes? That's not a bad time. I mean, my first run was, I think it was longer than that. So, yeah. Shout outs to the Portal community, my boys. You know, Shazal, M Sushi, Can't Even. Love those guys. They're big inspirations for me. Um, this game is fun as a first speedrun. So, if you're looking for a game to speedrun, I definitely recommend Portal. A lot of people have Portal. A lot of people can run it. And it's just really beginner friendly, especially glitchless. This category that I just ran. But yeah. I've been Psionic. It's been a pleasure. Thank you GSA for this event. This is my last run on stage. Thank you so much. Donate if you haven't already. We've raised a lot of money, but we can raise even more. And happy Pride Month, everybody.